So,
Yeah, can you hear me? This is Julie.
hi, I can hear you
Oh.
loud and clear.
For some reason, my camera is not working, but at least you can hear me.
Um, oh, okay. Today is the 17th of the month, and so this is a really great time. You always should be doing a mid-month check-in. Where are you compared to where you said you wanted to go this month? Sometimes it's hard to take a real look at what we've done. Sometimes it's a lot easier to just like keep on plugging along, right? But if you're really far from your goal and you just keep on plugging along doing what you're doing right now, then there's that old saying, you can't get new results with the same actions. And so you have to review what you've been doing thus far, and is it actually moving the needle? And if it's not, then you need to change something. So let's take a minute before we get started here, and let's review the goals that you set for yourself at the beginning of the month. And let's be real honest with ourselves on, are we close to them? Are we not close to them? What might need to change? I'm going to set the timer for about 3 minutes. Hopefully you guys write your goals down somewhere at the beginning of the month. I've got mine in, I have mine at the front of my calendar. So I'm going to set the timer and let's review. All right, guys, my timer just went off. If you guys need to keep working on that, go ahead. In the meantime, I'm going to give you an idea of what I just did, just in case you find yourself fumbling around for concrete things. You know, we've done accountability groups off and on, and you know, I know that accountability is incredibly important. And in fact, it's vital to your success, and especially this type of business. But for whatever reason, accountability groups just don't work like that. And so when we do this on Sundays, we must look at what we said we wanted to do, or else what are we planning for? Why are we wasting our time? What are we even shooting at, right? And so for me, what I just went back and I looked at is I looked at my PSQV goal that I set for myself at the beginning of the month. I looked at the amount of new preferred customers I said I wanted to add to my business at the beginning of the month. I looked at the amount of new business partners I said I wanted to add to my business at the beginning of the month, and total preferred customer orders. Okay. And so for me, I've set myself a goal. Right now it's a wide range, but I'm building back up to anywhere between 3,000 and 5,000. I've fallen back behind that for the past couple of months, and that's not acceptable to me. And so my PSQV goal is somewhere between 3,000 and 5,000, and I still have quite a bit to go for that. My goal was one new business partner, and I do have a few conversations going on, but in terms of how close I am to closing one of those, I know I better put my head down and really do the work on finding out who that's going to be. Of course, we can never twist anybody's arm, or do we want to be our business partner, but you have to be looking for what you want, and you have to be aggressively going after your goals, okay? So I set my goal for 15 preferred customer orders, and 5 of those being new. So I do have 1 new preferred customer, and I have 7 preferred customer orders so far, but I still have a ways to go, okay? So when you look at these things, there is no gray area with black and white goals. And I think it is so important. There's actually no option except for making an excuse for ourselves and doing what I've done personally and what I see a lot of people do. Well, I kind of need to adjust this because this has been my month, or this whatever. The goal doesn't change. You said that you wanted it at the beginning of the month. You said that you wanted it at the beginning of the year. Just because it's harder than you thought it was going to be, or just because it's not going swimmingly and orders aren't just coming through your door for you, that doesn't mean that you stop on your goal. You have to stay stuck to what you said that you wanted. If you've made a SMART goal, and I'm not going to go into that. We talked about that on goal setting plenty of times. So I hope that you're able to really and truthfully look at where you are and how far you have to go. And I hope that at this point in the month, you say, all right, I'm all in. This is what I said I was doing, and this is what I need to do to get it. So let's also do what we did last week, and let's take a second to look back at last week. Are there any things that you didn't get done last week that need to be done? I'm going to set my timer for about 3 minutes. I know there are a couple of things that I had to erase off my calendar last week that are still important, that need to be moved to this week. And that generally happens every week, honestly, guys. Let's get real. Like, we live life. Most of us have jobs, kids, schools, all of it. And so it's no big deal if you have to erase and replace something. This is life. It's what happens. So let's, I'm going to set about the same amount of a timer. And again, during this, if you guys are already done, just go ahead and put done in the chat. That way we're not wasting any time. You guys about done with that? A couple more minutes. Allison and Deb, you let us know whenever you're done, okay? No hurry. This is important, but just let us know.
I'm ready when everybody else is.
Deb, what about you?
I'm good.
Okay. All right. So let's move on to looking at the days of our week coming up. What are the things that cannot be moved? What are your appointments, your date nights you promised, your priorities? We're both going to look at the dates that can't be moved, like appointments and like JOB times, and also your priorities. Whatever you set as your priorities at the beginning of the year, we want to make sure that we stick to those and we give those time. And so let's go ahead and block out those things that can't be moved. In that time, don't forget, we have book club. If you guys are part of book club, we have book club at 7 tomorrow night. We have meetup Monday, which is going to be a power hour at 8 tomorrow night. I'm super excited about that. I also just put in the chat box that we have been gifted a training from someone I genuinely love. Her name is Wendy Stevenson. Some of you might be part of her free group, which I believe is incredibly valuable. It's called the Credo Collective. She used to be in our company. She knows what she's talking about. She's built multiple successful network marketing businesses and also a successful coaching business. I've learned tons from her through the years, and she's an incredible trainer. And she's gifted this to us. It is Thursday night at 7:30, and it is going to be about 3 steps to growing leads on social, which, by the way, she's incredibly good at, okay? I do not know yet whether or not I'm going to be allowed to record this. And so if at all possible, you can be there Thursday at 7:30 Central Time, I would be there. Okay. That would be one of those things that, like, especially my first years in business, I would sacrifice for. She's also going to do a Q&A after she delivers the training, which will probably be incredibly valuable. You guys need any more time on that? If you do, that's fine. Allison and Deb, you let us know, okay? Take your time.
Good.
You're good?
Yep.
Okay. You guys know this about, just to tell you, I mean, I'm not rushing you at all. I want us to get this done, but I also don't want to waste any time. So, okay. Right. So now we are to the part where we are going to look at our calendar. We are going to take the things that we need to do for our RNF business. First, I'll ask you guys, what did you see whenever you looked at where you are versus where you wanted to be? Do you have a lot of work left to do, or are you moving forward? A lot of work?
Work.
Okay. When we are about to do this part where we put down the business building activities into our time blocks, into our calendar, what we're going to do this week, what are you going to put on there?
I have, let's see, specifically like the number of business reach outs I'm going to do, and then the number of product reach outs I'm going to do, my auto ship follow-ups, and then additional, like on the other day of the week that I'm going to work, I have just reach out calls, and then I have Penny every day.
Right. That's wonderful. You're moving forward, moving forward to that. I bet that you probably have, but if you haven't blocked out time to listen to that stuff we've been listening to, I would do that. Because I just, every time I've been doing it recently, I'm just convicted so hard that it's like, man, you got to listen to this. You've got to listen to this. So throw that in there somewhere too. What about the rest of you guys? What do you have on your list?
Mostly it's Penny.
Mostly it's Penny.
And making sure that I'm doing some social media.
Okay.
That's my goal this week.
Okay.
Same for me.
Okay. So I hope that you guys will take the advice that I've been talking about over the last weeks of, you know, really 20 to 25 people asking. That's just a standard, 20 to 25 people. And what got me excited this month is hosting an event. And at that event, I really screwed up and I got over enthusiastic and I scheduled too much stuff at once. And so I was going to do this event last Friday. And then I realized that I really did make a mistake. And so that's going to be this Friday. And I've had so much fun inviting people to it. So much fun. And so I really want to encourage you, for those of you guys who just looked at your goals and you are a hot minute away from it and you're kind of on the 17th, you're already asking yourself, oh crap, how am I going to get here? I said that I wanted this, but I'm not very close. I really encourage you to host something. And I know that it's really scary. Well, depending on who you are, maybe you love it, but even to me, and I love doing these things, it's really scary. And so I encourage you to put something on your calendar. Today is Sunday. Putting something on your calendar to host on Friday or Saturday is not too late. That's not too fast at all. You could absolutely do that. And it is really good to just up the amount of people that you're inviting. I love the simplicity of having, this sounds terrible because I'm going to use the word corral, but I don't know a better word to use than corral. But if you can corral a lot of people in one place and then present the business and the products in a fun and engaging environment, your numbers and your paycheck and your business are going to go up, 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 up. Okay? Because it's about how many people can you present this to be able to find the ones that it's right for, find the people that you're serving. And I hope you guys got to listen to that thing that I posted from this course that I'm taking from Bob Heilig right now. If you haven't, please take the time and go listen to that. I wouldn't take the time to record something and then upload it to our team page if I didn't think that it was incredibly valuable. But where are you serving your people and how are you serving your people? And so that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to set the timer for about 5 or 6 minutes. That's how long it normally takes me to put into my calendar. What am I doing during each work time block? Because now we know when we can't work, okay? So we actually see the valid available time blocks for us to be working. And so I want you to block your time, and inside of that time, tell yourself what you're going to be doing, okay? Be aggressive with it. It's the 17th of the month, and I believe with everything that I have in me that each one of you can do what you say you want to do. I know you can. You guys need any more time? Okay.
I'm good.
I'm curious when you write this stuff down. Do you feel fearful whenever you're writing down what you're going to do? Do you feel excited or do you feel fearful?
I don't know if I would say, oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Julie.
I was just going to say, I don't know that I would say I feel fearful, but I see it kind of as a challenge to myself because I know, like, I do really good in the beginning of the week and then I piddle off towards the end. So just keeping the motivation, like, am I actually going to do the things that I'm saying I'm going to do?
Yeah, that was pretty much mine. So I was going to say fearful of just not accomplishing what I write down.
Why do you think you avoid the things that you wrote down?
Fear of rejection.
I want to take you through something that I did last week. And I'm doing Bob's Legacy Leadership Academy. I've wanted to do it for years, and I've never pulled the trigger on it. And I decided to jump in last month. And most of you guys have listened to his podcast, so you've heard us talk about him a lot. He does the green light stories and the red light stories. And so I want to take you through something that was stopping me last week, and I want you to see if you can run yourself through this week. When you are avoiding the work, because we all know it's the same with eating right, working out, doing our business, all the stuff, right? It's just a choice. And a lot of times, whatever your core belief is about yourself or whatever the core thing is that's holding you back, you're going to keep running into that and running into it and running into it. And you're going to make up some reason why you avoid the work that you wrote down right now. And I've been there. I say that confidently because I've been there and I'm probably going to be there again. And we're all human and this is what we do. It's a cycle. So I found myself paralyzed about the event that I'm hosting. I was overwhelmed. I was paralyzed. I was fearful. And I didn't know any other way to describe it except for just I couldn't breathe and I couldn't move forward. And so I did what he's telling us to do in the course. And I wrote down the circumstance, which is what was actually going on. And then I went through his steps to do the red light story or the green light story. Okay. And so the red light story that I was telling myself, the reason that I wasn't moving, wasn't breathing, was scared to death for whatever reason. And I mean, laugh if you want to, but even almost 6 years into this business, I still get this way sometimes. Our minds, they are a muscle and we have We have to be working them. We have to be doing these things, or they're going to beat us. Like, they're going to beat us. And I will tell you that after doing this business and bringing in as many people direct to me as I have, and some of them being successful and some of them not, this is the exact thing. The people that are not successful, the people that have quit, they are the ones that have decided that it's not worth it to go through this stuff. And they're probably still letting these same core stories hold them back in anything that they do. And so I was telling myself that I was going to have low attendance. People aren't really interested in what I was doing. People would come and they wouldn't think that I was as good as they thought that I was before they got there. That I would be embarrassed that not very many people came. Like, I have imposter syndrome, and I've figured that out over the past few weeks, like in a big way, that people would get there and they would think, oh, well, you're stupid, which coming out of my mouth, it sounds crazy, but this is the stuff that we do. So that's the story that I was telling myself that was stopping me from doing anything. The feeling that it gave me was anxiety and overthinking. And the action was no action. So what action was I taking when I was feeling that way from that story I was telling myself? Nothing. I wasn't doing anything. And the result of that was every time I don't do anything, my business doesn't grow. How can I expect it to grow if I didn't do anything? I'm using all this mental energy and just letting it beat the crap out of me. And it sucks, and it's hard, and it's exhausting. When in fact, so I went to the other side and I did the green light story. Because here's the thing, whatever is playing on loop in your head, you are making that up. And I've said this before, whether I'm in a good mental state or a hard one, isn't it ridiculous that we make up what's going on in there? Why don't we just make up something good? It sounds so easy, but it's a little bit difficult sometimes. And I really enjoy this process, because what I did was I turned around, and the cool thing is, like, I printed it out and laminated it, and I actually wrote it. And there's something very therapeutic about writing this kind of stuff. So I wrote down the green light story was actually that the right people will come. Not everyone cares about what I'm doing, but that's okay. They're not supposed to. I'm excited to find people that I can help. And I can't say that without smiling, because that's the truth. Like, that's how it is. The feeling that I get whenever I tell myself that story was excited. The action is I turned around and I invited like a freaking ton of people on Friday. I had such a good day because I did this, invited a ton of people, still have a ton more. And what happens, what's the result after we take that action? The result is going to be that my business is going to grow somehow, right? And the story that I end up telling myself in the end was, I'm excited to invite all the people to my event. I do a good job, and we always have fun. I can't wait to see who I can help through RNF. We have such a good business, and my business is going to grow this year because I love to help people. So I really encourage you this week, when you run into whatever it is that you're telling yourself, ask yourself, how does that story make you feel? When you feel that way, which is probably pretty crappy, when you feel that way, what do you do? And while you're doing that, what's the result of what's the end result of that story that you told yourself? Then turn around, tell yourself the truth. You know, I don't know who's gonna come. I bet some people are like, what's really crazy is I ended up getting 8 yeses by the end of the day on Friday. By the time I was done, a ton of people did not respond to me too, but 8 people said that they wanted to come, and I was like, oh, duh, you know? And so we turn that around. And the truth really is that everybody doesn't want what we have, but some people do, and we're never going to figure it out unless we ask people. So I really want to encourage you guys to do that this week. And I wanted to share that with you because I know you guys personally, and I know that these are the blocks. And when you find yourself in the same place in business over and over and over, so you're making the same goals, but you're moving the same goals because you're not getting there. We're not getting there because we're not doing the work. And we're not doing the work not because we don't know how, because you all faithfully show up to everything. You know how. It's this whatever story that is on loop in your head, and you have to change that. You have to change that. Okay, so Now let's ask ourselves, what are we going to post on social media this week? Because it's a lot easier to show up on social media if we've already planned it out, okay? And so we're not going to go through like crazy detail. That is something that you need to do on your own time, whether you make like folders in your note group, or you make a picture folder in your phone or something like that, or you use sync share like Jody's been doing and loving a lot. But whatever system you use to do that, I would encourage you over the next few minutes, and I'm going to set one of the last timers, you're going to write down what products are you going to post about. And I encourage you, when you post about these products, open your product guide, figure out what problems they solve, and post about that. Post about this problem that it can solve, because it's like Bob said in that thing that I posted the other day, people buy solutions to their problems. That's what they buy. And we have a whole book and a business full of solutions to people's problems, and we have to get out there and help people. So I want you to pick 3, 4, 5 products to focus on. I want you to go ahead and at the very least, tell yourself which days this week you're going to be posting about the business opportunity. You're going to be boldly and excitedly telling people that you had so much fun on our call on Monday, or you're looking for people that want to make extra income, that you are saying that. And it's just like what Kayla just posted in the team chat too, and we've said it time and time again, and Simon just said it. Just ask for what you want. Don't butter people up and be all weird and fake and do what gives this industry such a bad deal. Just go right in and tell the truth. Hey, this is what I'm here for. Totally wondering if you wanted to look at this, okay? And if you're having problems with how to do that, then just ask, because we have 2 or 3 different systems to do that way. But I want you guys to go ahead and write about what you're going to post about. And then we will end with always the most fun, nationaltoday.com. You guys are done. Just pop it in the chat if you're done, okay? Allison and Deb, just let me know, okay? You guys got any fun posts that you're excited about? Any ideas you'd like to share?
I have one, and it actually happened yesterday, and I took a picture, but I'm going to post it this week. My chapstick, you know, when you get to the end of your chapstick and like you pull the cover off and the end like falls out on the ground, and it's so disappointing. It's time for me to reorder some chapstick. So that's one of the things I'm going to call out this week in a post.
Really good and natural one. It really is. And I mean, everybody in the world knows what that's like. I love that. I would encourage you guys, something that's been really helpful to me when it comes to posting and not overthinking it. One thing is recycling posts. And so if you've been in for more than a year, you can check your memories. And every year, things that I have posted in previous years comes up to me just like a gift, and I love it. And it's also fun to see some of the stuff I posted early on in my business where I'm like, oh, wow, that was super terrible quality. But who cares? That's a really good thing to show you that I had zero social media know-how. In my first couple of years in business, I was just excited like crazy and inviting everybody and their dog to join me in business, and I grew like wildfire, okay? And then the other thing is, when you see posts that other people that other people make and that you like, please save them. Please don't immediately copy and paste them and repost them, because then Facebook then it's worthless. So like, just think about if you took the time to type up a post that you really liked and it was super good, then all of a sudden you turn around and you saw like 7 people copy and paste it word for word, and there it was. That kind of sucks, right? But what you can do is love on it, right? And save it, and then turn around like 5 days later or 2 weeks later or a month later or whatever, go into your saved post looking for inspiration and information, and then you can pull that post up, add your own picture, change the words to make sure that it sounds like you, and have an amazing post go out. So for me, all I did right now, I keep really wanting to use Sync Share, and I've kind of played with it a little bit, but what's working for me right now is on Monday, I wrote, I'm going to do a biz post talking about like that I take my job seriously. Monday nights are business nights. I'm not alone. I have so much fun. I get to do personal development with book club. I'm going to take a picture more on Zoom and meet up Monday. That I love my job, that I show up to it, especially every Monday night, to pour into me and work with my team. And so I know I'm going to post that on Monday, and then Tuesday I'm going to do something called Tuesday Tip, and then I'm going to post about my event, and I'm going to post about a post about let's get real. People need money right now, and I have a way for people to make money because I've had that hot and heavy on my mind lately. Like, I've seen a ton of people post on Facebook about that they need money, they wish they had more money, they wish whatever. That's a pain point that we have a solution to people's problem. And so I'm just going to come right out and say that on Tuesday. Then Wednesday, I'm going to do a before and after. Then Thursday, I'm going to do, I'm actually thinking about just going live on my page and telling my story. Because there's a bunch of people that I'm new friends with that like don't know me very well. And so I'm thinking about just hitting the like button on my Facebook page and just telling my story. I think that would be super wonderful and effective. And I don't see people do that a lot anymore. So then Friday, I'm doing a post about my event. So that's what I wrote down. And that way on that day, I can go into my, so like before and after day, I can just go into my save before and after post, and I can just pull one of those up and change it up and repost it, making sure that it sounds like me, and good to go. Is that helpful to you guys? Okay. Because I will tell you, for those of you guys that are not current, like you're not on top of your posting, that is something that takes really minimal time unless you're overthinking, and your business is closed if your mouth is not open. Your storefront on Facebook and social media is free. Social media is a cesspool of all sorts of things right now. Let's say you at least use it to spread joy and build our business. I'll tell you what, I would not be on any social media. I would be phone hands free if I did not run a business. So I'm here for a reason, and I want to make sure that my business is open every single day. Okay. So the last thing, let's go through nationaltoday.com. And I'm going to tell you guys some fun things to post about. I actually think today's kind of funny. It's Ditch New Year's Resolution Day. So you can ask people how many of you have already ditched your New Year's resolutions. That'd be fun. That'd be a fun story to do too. You could even do like what was the New Year's resolution that you've already ditched and have people like share it with you. That'd be pretty fun. Then tomorrow is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, of course. It's also National Thesaurus Day, which I think is pretty fun. Oh, if any of you guys are Winnie the Pooh fans, it's National Winnie the Pooh Day as well. Tuesday is National Popcorn Day. That's pretty good. But Wednesday is even better. Wednesday is National Cheese Lovers Day, and that's a day, okay? It's also National Penguin Day, if you like penguins. January 21st, Thursday, Get to Know Your Customer Day. I mentioned this at the beginning of the month, the first training that we had, beginning of the month. You need to be using this. You need to either put on your customer page, it's get to know your customer day, tell me something fun about you. You need to be doing that. If you don't have a customer page or a skincare group, like, when I say page, I mean group. I do not mean like business page. I mean group, okay? If you don't have a group for your customers or potential customers, you need to have one. And if you don't have one, what you need to do is you need to personally write all your customers and say, hey, it's Get to Know Your Customer Day. Tell me something fun about you, okay? It's also National Hugging Day and National Banana Bread Day. In your stories, you could ask people for their favorite banana bread recipe. That would be good. The 22nd is Celebration of Life Day and National Answer Your Cat's Question Day, National Hot Sauce Day, National Blonde Brownie Day. Lots of good things to post about on Friday. The 23rd, Saturday, is National Handwriting Day and National Pie Day. And I bet your social media friends would love to tell you their favorite pie recipe or the best place they've ever eaten pie. We'll love to talk about that kind of stuff. And the 24th, next Sunday, is Macintosh Computer Day. Pretty cool. It's also National Compliment Day. I really hope you use that. And as well, National Green Juice Day and National Peanut Butter Day. So Sunday's got a lot of fun stuff on it. I'm going to go with National Compliment Day. I'm probably going to do National Green Juice Day in my stories and ask people if they have a green juice recipe they like or something like that. But I think it'd be really fun. And my plan on Sunday the 24th is to put a post up about National Compliment Day and ask people to tag somebody and compliment them in the comments. So I think that would be really fun. All right. How you guys feeling? Ready to conquer it? Okay. Questions? No? Okay. Wonderful. Lovely to see you all. Happy Sunday. I'm ready to crush this week. At the end of this week, when I see you guys again, it's going to be the 24th of the month, okay? And so let's make some serious progress between now and the 24th of the month. Okay? All right. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.